Hi, everyone. So the first card is the Devil card. It's called Nature. And I kind of like that. We are, animals on some level, and there are instincts and certain nature, the nature of us, not nature as in, the outdoors, but we have certain things that's in our nature that we do need to guard against. Um, But this can be a feeling. I really see this card as our inner demons, first and foremost. And mostly that is our thoughts, our negative thinking, um, our thought patterns, our things that just sort of crop up that we just never seem to be able to completely get rid of or get a handle on. And when things get stressful, they always seem to creep up. Or when we think things are going really well, it's like they rear their heads and it's just like, oh my God, I thought I had a handle on these things. It can be um, lots of any sort of pattern of behavior that doesn't suit us. Um, I was talking about this just recently. I remember, Dr. Phil, whatever you think about Dr. Phil, he does have some good advice, that's for sure. And I think he said, if you touch a hot stove and you get burned, you're not going to touch that stove again because it was a negative experience. Yet a lot of patterns that we go through are negative and have negative consequences, but there has to be something we're getting out of it, or else we wouldn't continue to do it. You're not going to keep touching the stove if there's absolutely no benefit. So if you have an anger issue, for example, you get something out of it, even though it probably is not good for your relationships. You are getting something out of it. So you need maybe explore this week some of your bad patterns. Like, okay, what am I getting out of this? Like, why do I keep doing this? Because if it really has all these negative consequences, what is so strongly do I get out of it that I continue to do it? It's kind of an interesting thing to ponder. And the Three of Swords. So this is traditionally, known as the heartbreak card, the jealousy card. And it's this interpretation in this deck. I don't know if like she's coming home and finding her partner with someone else. I don't really, the interpretation throws me off a little. I really should just read the book, but I keep forgetting to look into it. But this is all about how our mind sort of processes things. And just having a different mindset can take away things like jealousy. Like, for example, say someone at work gets a promotion. Why does that stir up feelings of jealousy? It doesn't actually have anything to do with you. You should, be happy for them. If you try to take yourself out of the equation, it usually helps. And the last card is the Lovers. Wow. So this is all about choice. How are you going to choose to deal with your inner demons? How are you going to choose to deal with when feelings of jealousy come up? Boy, some stuff really got stirred up, it seems like, last week. And we're really struggling in our brains, I think, more than anything. This card is about choice. How are you, if you say that your relationship is the most important thing in the world, are you honoring that, or are you not honoring that? If you say Jacob just came in, your child's the most important thing to you, but you don't spend time with them, you're always off doing your own thing, are you honoring what you say your true commitments are? So I think this would be a good week to really reflect on sort of your actions and your words, and do they match, and do they make sense, and is there a way you can maybe shift your brain a little bit and sort of own up to some things and um, what story you're um, weaving into the situation, whether true or not, and really going back to whether your actions and your words and are all in alignment. And if you do have some negative things going on, are they how are they serving you? And is that really something that's worth is the benefit worth the negativity it may be bringing into your life? We do have two major arcanas here, so this is a fairly significant shift for us. Maybe when some of us were home for Thanksgiving, we just fell into those same old patterns with family, or you ran into someone that stirred up sort of some old patterns or behavior, or try to keep you in sort of, who will always see you at this certain time of your life, even though, it's 20 years later and you sort of reverted back to that behavior and you're like, why did I do that? And it doesn't have to be a huge thing that happened, but it's going to affect you because it's really going to sort of be one of those moments where you really may not quite live exactly the same as you did before because it happened. And that's usually a good thing. Kind of a heavy reading, kind of an interesting reading. I can definitely relate to it. Some choices about how you're going to handle things this week is how I see it. Are you going to go to jealousy? Are you going to go to some negative thought patterns? Or are you going to make some choices, some better choices that truly honor what you say you're about and how you say you live your life? So thank you so much for watching.